What's up, guys? Welcome back. I realized it had been a long while since I had made my last in the bag video. This one's going to be more of just like an update because the last time I made a video, I didn't even have the same bag. I just got the AX6 not long ago by Grip EQ. I'm really loving this bag so far, but there's just so much different in my bag now. If you go back and watch the last video, you'll see like this is going to be completely different. So I can only thank Big Z Disc Golf for almost everything in my bag. Also got to thank a lot for Flyin Colors. They've helped me out with a lot of stuff recently as well. And you'll see later in the video, I've got my Maddys Grip chalk bag over here as well. They're definitely the best chalk bags that I've found so far. But I'm going to go from putters up to drivers. I keep my stuff in my bag, most understable to overstable, so it'll be pretty easy to go through all those that way. And then we'll go through other stuff in the pockets afterwards. But for my two main putters, I ended up deciding to get the swirl focuses. I got the Barella Signature Series ones. I like the bead on the bottom of these. They've been really nice so far. They beat up really easy, but I mean, that's what happens whenever you get the swirl plastic. So those have been really good so far. I actually recently just got a soft blend Luna. I've been wanting my other Lunas, my Big Z Lunas, these guys right here, to fly pretty much how the stock soft blend Luna does. It kind of sucks. It's going to take a while to beat these guys in, but this right now flips up and just rides softly to the right. I wish that my Big Z ones would do that, but as of right now, this is my more understable one. It's a little bit lighter of a color than this one. But this one right here, it'll ride straight and kind of just slightly fade, like the whole straight flight. It's very reliable. And then this one is really just overstable. I wasn't expecting it to be as overstable as it is, but hopefully it'll end up beating into the point that I want it to be. Don't throw it much. Got a Z Flex Paul Macbeth Tour Series Kratos. This Kratos is a lot like the Lunas, and I didn't think it was going to be. I expected it with a bead to hold up more in stability, and it just kind of flies straight like a Luna does. Maybe it holds against the wind better. I haven't really thrown it into a headwind yet compared to a Luna, but I'm assuming that because it's got a bead, it's going to be a little bit better in the wind. Got an ESP zone. I've thrown this for a long time. I've had this zone for a while. It's really flat, and I really like this zone. It's just stayed reliable the whole time and overstable. I always use it on approach shots, forehand, and then some like sharp hyzer short throws like around in tight wooded courses and stuff. But I really like. I want to get another one of these as a backup, but I don't know if I should go with ESP or another plastic, harder plastic. But I like the ESP one. I got a Zone OS, a Brody Smith Zone OS. I bought this off of a friend of mine that I met here at my home course that I'm at right now. Actually, not too awful long ago. I really like the Z Flex plastic. You're going to see I have a lot of it in here, but obviously everybody knows at this point that a Zone OS. This is just pretty much a utility disc. It will never not be reliable, never not be stable. This is a very crazy disc. If you've never thrown one, I have three buzzes. I got a Chris Dickerson 2024 Z Flex Tour Series sent to me by Big Z not long ago. This is actually part of their used ones because I was wanting to have a little bit more of an understable flip up mid range, and they sent me this one, and it was perfect. So that's my most understable buzz. I also have a titanium buzz for really just straight buzz shots. Sometimes I can turn it over a little too far if I crank on it too much, but the buzz up from this one is usually what I take if I have to throw a buzz a little bit harder. But this is pretty much my dead straight buzz. And then since Big Z sent me that Tour Series Z Flex, I ended up going to Flyin Colors Disc Golf and bought one off of them as well, brand new. And this one is dead straight with just maybe the tiniest bit of fade depending on how hard I throw it. I really like both of these Chris Dickerson buzzes. These are definitely my favorite buzzes that I've ever thrown. I've got a Swarm. I've had this Swarm for a minute now. I bought it off of my buddy Dennis. This Swarm is crazy overstable. I don't know if all the other plastics are, but I know that the Z-Flex Swarm is just ridiculously overstable. It's also really just a utility mid-range. Um, it's good in sharp dogleg, short wooded courses and stuff like that. It's good for forehands as well. It's a good forehand mid-range because I'm not all the way there yet when it comes to good angles on mid-range forehands, and so I can kind of like that. Kind of gives a little bit of relief whenever you're not very good at power and accuracy with mid-range shots with a forehand. One of my favorite discs that Big Z sent me not long ago is my Z Fly Dyed Athena. That's a lot of words. It's a Z line Fly Dyed Z Athena. All right, I really like this disc. Um, I actually hadn't thrown an Athena before until I got this one. I thought that they were going to be really straight and not have a lot of fade. With this being Z plastic and pretty new, it does have quite a bit of fade at the end. I would say I'd say up to about 300 feet for me, it's dead straight. And then once you hit about 320, it starts to fade off pretty hard. But I like it because I'm assuming that it's going to beat into pretty dead straight. For my dead straight fairway drivers is my Z-Flex Passion. I thought before I ever got a Passion that it was going to be more of an understable disc, but this disc for me is straight, dead straight for about 350. I would say that's about how dead straight it gets, and then anything after 350, it has a baby fade. I really like to have this on any course actually, because unless obviously it's a tight wooded course, but I really like to have this Passion on pretty much any course just because of how straight it is. This is actually one of my most understable discs right here, and it is my most understable fairway driver. It's Titanium Undertaker. This is probably the oldest disc that I've had. I didn't realize that I even still had this because my dad had it, and he doesn't really throw Discraft, so he gave it back to me, and I couldn't even remember how it threw. It had been so long since I threw it, and this disc is it's a roller disc, I would say, or some sort of crazy hyzer flip. It's really understable, but it's a good utility in certain situations. Next up, I got a Z Raptor. This Z Raptor is probably the most understable Raptor that I've really ever thrown. This thing goes straight for probably about 300, but it dumps off a little bit harder than the Athena does. It's really reliable. I really like this one. I didn't expect to bag a straight Raptor, but I actually like to have it just because of the dump that it has at about 320 to 330. It's really reliable. And then I just bought a Aaron Gossage 2024 Series Z-Flex Raptor from Flyin Colors Disc Golf at my last beach here that I played in. This is just a very reliably overstable Raptor. I really like this one. I've been wanting to throw one of the Aaron Gossage ones for a while, and I never did. And then once I did, I had to get it. I really like this Raptor. It's very reliable. Next Raptor, Z-Flex Raptor, and it's a Captain's Raptor. It's not just a regular Raptor. This is a straight utility disc. This is like a beefier version of the Zone OS, or a faster version of the Zone OS. This is the most overstable forehand backhand disc I've seen so far. It's really, really flat, and it's just the most reliable disc you could ever have. You're never going to worry about this thing going to the right at all. I just got this scorch off of my buddy Dennis not too long ago. It's really flippy. It's not a disc that I thought I would end up bagging either, but it's good in big turnover shots that go up and around dog legs and longer holes and stuff. Since it's 11 speed, it's really useful for me so far. I really like to have this in the bag. 23 or 24 series Andrew Presnell Force. This one doesn't really hold up to the flight numbers that it has. A 0.3 stability is really not how this flies. I get quite a bit of turn out of this on a flat throw. It's almost more of a distance driver than it is a control driver for me. Titanium Force. And this one is a lot more straight, and of course I would assume that this is why. It's a lot more reliable whenever it comes to going straight and just fading out at the end for probably 400 to 420 feet. Next up is my Venoms. I just got this one not long ago. Color Shift Venom ESP Swirl, I believe. ESP Swirl Color Shift. I think that might be what it is. Either way, this is probably my most used driver, my most reliable driver. Um, it's dead straight for probably about 430 to 450, and maybe fade off just a little bit. Um, I don't know how it doesn't fade off at the end being a 13 speed more than it does, but I like it. I like that it goes straight for so long. 2024 Z Flex Anthony Barella Tour Series Venom, and the Z Flex plastic, as you can tell so far, I really like, and I think it's more overstable. This is more of my long hyzer driver, just because it's way more overstable than the other Venom that I just showed. Next up should be the Nukes. I just got this one not long ago. It's just a stock run. It's got some dome to it, and not gonna lie, I don't know what plastic this one is, but I expected it to be more overstable than my older Nuke, and it's not. Even with the dome, I think it's the plastic, but this one is just my complete long bomber just because it turns for so long and is not as stable as I expected. The last disc in my bag, and it's my older Nuke. I had Logan Bowers sign it a little over a year, or no, at the beginning of this year, I had Logan sign it. At a tournament I played against him. I did not play good in that, and he actually won. Congrats to him. Um, this is a much more stable Nuke. I think it's because it's a little bit flatter. It has a little bit of dome, but it's really honestly pretty much flat. And this is my like control distance. I mean, it still turns quite a bit, but like 450 to 460, this is probably what I'm going to take. And then if it's anything crazier than that, I'm probably taking this to like 480 to 490. That's going to be my go-tos for all that stuff. And that should be, yeah, that's everything in my bag. So I guess I'll go through some of the other stuff. I'll go through the outsides first because I'm getting thirsty. I got my Ozark Trail 40-ounce water bottle. I also have body armor in here. I just recently tried the tropical passion fruit and I really like it. You gotta hydrate. I have a whistle on here. Probably not. I don't know. I just feel like it could be useful to have. Maybe. I don't know. I did have a speaker on here, but I left it at home. I forgot to bring it because it was on charge. I've got my retriever stick. Sorry, guys. The guy stopped by and was just talking to me about how many discs I had. But this is my retriever. It's a homemade retriever. Actually, the owner of Flyin Colors Disc Golf made the top part here, and I just put it on my hook. I love these ones more than the hooks for sure, especially getting them out of the water because sometimes if you've got to go up a steep slope or something, a hook's just not going to be able to get it. But I also have a UV light here. I don't have any glow discs, but I mean, if somebody does and like say they lose it or something, I have that there. There's markers over here because these actually ended up coming. I believe these are both marker pouches is what this is. This pocket, I've got my towel. I try to keep it in here just so it doesn't get wet or drag the ground a whole lot. And then in this pocket, not long ago, I was finally able to get a Bushnell, and thanks to Flying Colors Disc Golf for this Bushnell as well. It was definitely a great purchase. I'm so glad that I got this. I've been wanting one for a while. This one's dated in 2019, so it's not one of the newest models, but I mean, I'm glad I have one. Let's see what else I got. It's really hot right now, so I got sunscreen, 100 SPF, and I got some Deep Woods off. This stuff has been probably one of my most important things in my bag, to be honest. And yeah, that's everything in my bag. I got a Follow Your Dreams lanyard type thing to go on here because I want to be a professional disc golfer. I really think that if I put in the time and the work, I really, really believe I can do it. Um, I've got a patch here that says you versus you because, like, on the course, it's you versus the course, but like it's you versus you. Like, it really is. I miss putts all the time, and I'm working on my putts right now constantly because it's me versus me with my putts. I don't know what's going on. If it's me versus me. And then I got a patch with my last name on it here because I thought that was cool. It was custom made. But that's everything in my bag. And I have to thank Flyin Colors Disc Golf, Big Z Disc Golf, and Maddys Grip for everything because they've been such a big help. Maddys Grip chalk bag. They have Primo chalk in them. It's not like the regular chalk. This stuff is really like soft, but it gives you grip, obviously, but it doesn't dry your hands out. And I really like this grip. I will definitely always go with Maddys Grip for my grip bags. And then I got my Big Z Disc Golf Mini, and that is everything in my bag. After the Mini, that should be everything. Yeah. Yep. There you have it, guys. That's my in the bag video. It's everything that I have, and it's a lot different from how it was last time. And thank you guys for watching. I completely forgot. I was in a practice round and kind of stopped in the middle of the practice round to film this video. I left this on hole 3. This is my Flyin Colors Disc Golf Dyed Malta. I'll throw it for straight to overstable mid-range shots. It's a little bit lighter weight, which kind of makes it fly a little bit straighter, but put some like nose up on it a little bit. It kind of does a really nice push and hyzer. I really like this on sharp wooded courses as well. But yeah, that's actually it now. That's everything in my bag. I forgot and left this on hole 3 at my home course. Thanks for watching, guys.